Good morning, folks. We had some fairly large earthquakes at high latitudes just to the east of Greenland up there. We had a fairly bad shipping accident causing an oil spill yesterday in the Mississippi. The damage totals are still coming in from that. We had a 5.3 earthquake yesterday in western China. The earthquake swarm is continuing in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico region. We did have a 5.3 near Oaxaca, Mexico yesterday. And across the Pacific, we did have a brand new volcano going off, and this one just barely pops up out of the water a few thousand feet, although they say it is a 3-mile high volcano. Talking about World War III, folks, and the Iran-Israel issue, I really like to get news from all around the world. This is the Chinese site here, and I'm not going to go into any stories specifically, but I also like checking out and seeing what the Israelis, what the Israeli citizens are knowing. There's a couple of good websites you can go to for that. In addition to that, you can always go and check out RIA Novosti, which I believe is probably my favorite Russian news outlet. They always have stuff about the Middle East. If you're going to be interested in this topic, you might as well listen to the Tehran Times and see what they're telling their people. You'd be amazed at some of the different news you get. I mean, even check out things like Arab News, Al Jazeera, things like that, just to get a full picture of what's going on. Folks, we've talked about this number of times over the last few weeks, but since NASA's mentioning it, we'll mention it again. Right now, no matter where you are in the world, if you watch the sun go down past the horizon, Venus and Jupiter are going to be trailing it right there. It doesn't matter where you are, you can see it. Now, I'm going to pull up the timeline here. You can see I'm just going day to day. And you can see there goes the moon, and Mercury's coming up. But you can see they're getting ready to conjoin up there, and I actually have to take it an hour later because we're moving towards summer in the northern hemisphere here. But yeah, they're going to basically be conjoining in the sky. Their closest point's probably going to be around the 12th or the 13th, depending on how exactly that plays out. But it's going to be an interesting month of March for conjunctions and oppositions. At the beginning, we start off with with Mars on the opposite side of Earth from the Sun, and then, as you know, as we go through March, Venus and Jupiter are conjoining. Saturn's actually on the opposite side there in opposition of those two. But when we get to March 22nd, you can see we had an alignment with Mercury and the Sun, and we actually have a new moon there. So the moon is actually going to be in line right there with Mercury and the Sun on March 22nd. So we do have a lot of alignments. When it comes to the more specific stuff on this topic, folks, go to this guy right here. He's the expert, DC Symbols. Looking at the sun, those dark coronal holes that are turning away from the Earth right now should hit us with a coronal hole stream sometime today. We have a bunch of magnetic filaments that appear to be unstable, and we're going to have to watch out for those today. That's the news, folks. Be safe.